Houston, we have a problem. As we finish out week 4 with a win, it was a dirty, nasty one. But as Chiefs fans, that's what we do. When our team needs our help, we are there to cheer louder, tell the refs how to do their job with every expletive that we can come up with, and use every superstition that we have to help pull the team through. But I have to say, I'm starting to get a little concerned about our receiving core. With snap counts to targets, it has become an issue of trust, maybe. These are the things that we are going to discuss here tonight on the Indiana Chiefs fans. Tonight, I am joined by no other than the Chief, Phil Jordan, one-time podcasting host. Everybody, Chico is on hiatus because he's on baby watch. The clock is ticking, so he's taking some time to kind of be with his wife until the big moment. So if you noticed he's not with us, you also notice that the Court of Books and Booze is taking over the Call Guys podcast because actually Colton is having a baby too, so they decided to take a hiatus in this stretch of time. So we're gonna miss out on Chico, but he has set us up with everything we need to do. You know, normally he does all the prediction typing, so I got it dialed in. I'm gonna be doing the typing tonight.
Oh my God, it's gonna take us forever to get
we better get to that early because it's gonna take a while.
Hey, without looking at the keyboard, where do these fingers
Fuck,
go?
I don't know. No. I'm a hunting pecker.
ASDF JKL semicolon.
Semicolon. Yeah, I see the semicolon.
ASDF JKL semicolon.
I was never very good at a keyboard. I'm not
So
horrible. I'm not like sitting here, bump, but it will take me a minute, but we'll get it. We will get it.
This look familiar?
Yeah, no, I used both of these.
Oh.
I'm a 2-finger kind of guy.
I'm a whole hand.
Oh, snap. I wasn't even going to go there. Damn.
Anyway, so much for your typing skills is all I'm saying.
No, my typing skills suck. All right. Well, what's been going on this week? Work.
Yeah, pretty much. And obviously, thinking about this podcast earlier today as I was trying to get out of work and, getting some of my thoughts around the game and how it played out or didn't play out for that matter. And then, thinking about how many great calls those referees made that were horrific. So, and even the game I watched Monday night, the refereeing, was somewhat suspect. It was like way too many penalties called that I don't think were potential penalties, but man, 2 blatant ones on us. I mean,
I'm going to go with the horse collar tackle that wasn't a horse collar tackle at all.
How the fuck can you horse tackle someone when you got him in the front?
I don't know. I mean, I always thought that the horse tackle was, right around the back of the neck, and you pull him down aggressively that way. And, obviously he did not pull him down that way. It was on the front. It wasn't even in the pads. He had a hold of his jersey, but the question I got really was, is that a reviewable penalty? No, it's not.
You can't review any penalty unless it happens in a replay, potentially, maybe. So
they couldn't have thrown. Andy couldn't have thrown a red flag at that one.
Nope.
Right on.
The only thing they did it for, and that was a couple years ago, they allowed them to challenge pass interference. And that was due to the egregious call against, I think it was New Orleans. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It was Minnesota, I do believe. It was a Minnesota.
Like
yeah.
And it was clear and obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't think they overturned any call that entire season, even though they were clear and obvious to me. I think the refs are sticking it to the NFL saying, nah, we're not going to overturn PIs.
Right on.
So other than a PI, you can't, now you can't even challenge that again.
Oh, they took it away again.
Yeah, it was for 1 year and they didn't vote it back.
Oh, right on.
So
I don't know. I'm a little torn on that whole thing. I mean, it's one of those deals that it could, you know, games seem to be long enough as it is when you're sitting at home on watching on TV. I mean, in all honesty, being in the stadium, they don't seem that long. You look up and you're in the middle of the second quarter and you're like, holy shit, where did
that
this game
flies.
go? But when you're watching them on TV and you're kind of sitting there and it's like they especially on a Sunday or Monday night, it's like, holy shit, these games go on forever. I got to get up and go to work in the morning, and here it is almost midnight, you
Right.
know, and it's like, okay, all right. But so I'm torn. I don't want the game to go any longer than it really needs to go with some of these reviews and all that bullshit. But at the same time, you know, there's a couple of those calls, and it's on both sides of the ball. I'm not picking
Yeah.
on, I'm definitely not picking on, the refs because they went against us. There was calls on the other side that definitely could have been reviewed and probably pulled back too. But
Yeah.
we're, as
It's
always,
ref as a game is my
yeah,
comment. I should rephrase. Obviously I'm rooting for the Chiefs, so I pay more attention to
right.
those calls than
Well,
the
yeah,
opposing team.
absolutely.
So,
But I'm
but
not, I'm
when I
not
see an
against it.
yeah, when I see an egregious one, I'll turn to Karen and say, "Man, that was holding, or that was
Right.
whatever. It didn't get called," and I'll be like, "Well, okay, we got lucky."
We, as Chiefs fans, the Chiefs seem to have a ton of calls on them in this last game against the Jets. It just seemed like it was an overabundance of them. And
Yeah,
like I said, some of them were definite, and some of them were just like, come on, were we going to call this again?
yeah,
So
that's
anyway,
why.
it is what it is. As far as that goes, I mean, you don't want to see it. You want to see a clean game on both sides of the ball, and just have a fun time enjoying the game and watching the Chiefs win. But that was a dirty, nasty game, man. That was terrible.
Well, the first quarter was awesome, and
Yeah,
then Mahomes lost his mind and how to throw a ball, and receiver receivers are freaking stone hands, and you know,
yeah,
um,
that,
it's. I know you're going to get into all that, but I was like, the first half, I'm just like coasting. This is our game, and then Mahomes throws an INT, and then all of a sudden the team falls apart. I mean, I don't get it. Don't get it.
well, I mean, it really actually started with that safety.
Well, the
I mean,
safety was whatever because once again, bad call because the penalty started before it
they were
went
in the
into
end
the
zone.
end zone.
Yep.
So again, a bad call that's not reviewable.
Right.
So and I thought Townsend nailed that free kick. I mean, all the way down to
Yeah.
the freaking end zone. So to me, all right, we'll give them 2 points, and then yeah, just turn the shit after that.
Yeah.
But I still think whatever reason, when Mahomes threw that easy pick, I mean, he didn't underthrow it. He just threw it to the wrong guy. Obviously underthrowing it, but I'm being sarcastic. But yeah, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Give him another 7 points. We're going to just kick it. Nope. We fell apart until what, middle of third quarter, give or take.
Yeah, I was gonna go back. They scored 8 points in the third, and then um nothing in the fourth. So, we only, after the 17 points, we had two field goals in three quarters. And
Yes,
it's
I
it's
know.
just like that is not our team. I mean, okay, let's start from the top. I mean, what is going on with Mahomes in that game? I mean, did Taylor Swift's pearly whites just totally distract him and he didn't understand how to play the game anymore? Or it's just,
I,
I was floored by, what he was doing. And both of his interceptions were, it was almost like he was doing a touch pass and it fell short. Like he just didn't put enough arm on him, or he was
yeah,
just trying too hard to
he,
jam it in there.
yeah, he even admitted in the press conference that he just underthrew them both. Normally he has the touch. I don't know. I think it's probably lack of having faith in more than one person on that team on the offense, meaning Kelsey.
Right.
Everyone keeps talking about Rashid Rice, but how he's only targeted, I think, 5 times and got 32 yards, something like that. Sky Moore, I think, dropped a pass and caught a pass. But I
I
think
I
MVS, I think, dropped a easy or somewhat easy pass. I'm trying to remember. He was targeted. I don't know how many times, but I think he only had one catch. MVS. I don't
I
have the
got the
stats.
I got the snap counts. Are you interested in the snap counts?
Yeah.
So Watson was 43 for 70, Moore was 41 for 70, MVS 38 for 70, Rice 32, Tony 17, Ross 4, and then Washington was 0. I don't know. Let me look here real quick as far as that. It's interesting that Watson is, 43 snaps out of 70 and was only targeted a very few times in that game.
Well, what amazes me is they want Rashid Rice to be the number one, it seems, but they're not targeting him, or he's getting covered. So I don't know which. So, and
No,
our offensive line did okay, but it seemed to falter, and Mahomes is getting pressured as well. So
oh yeah, obviously. So Justin Watson, he had one reception for 5 yards. He was targeted once out of 43 snaps. He was targeted one time.
yeah, how about Rashid Rice? I think he was targeted 5 or 6.
He went 3 for 32. He was targeted 5 times. So
Yeah.
Rice had 32 snaps and 5 targets.
That's what I'm saying. And Sky Moore, I think, was probably targeted 4 times and had one catch. I think. Because I don't count the foot pass in the backfield because that counts as a pass. But
he was only targeted twice. He was 0 for 0.
Okay, but he had maybe it wasn't a foot pass. It was a handoff.
Well, that's just in receiving yards. So yeah, it could be a jet sweep or whatever they did. But once again, Sky Moore is supposed to be our interim number one receiver, and he's got 0 targets.
Well, he had 2 targets and.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 targets and 0 catches. I mean,
yeah. One was overthrown, one he should have got.
But even Travis Kelce only had 9 targets. He was 6 for 60. I mean, it just like, okay. Let me throw the yellow flag here. I'm throwing a flag on myself because
holding
we
the podcast up. Jeremy,
15 yards, and yeah, we did something in this game that we don't normally do.
Run.
And you got to give it to Pacheco, man. He had
59 yards, I'm guessing.
Pacheco had, I was thinking, he had 20 carries for 115 yards.
Oh,
all-purpose yards. It was what is that? There've been 160, 68, maybe right around there. All-purpose yards. So yeah, with his yards, he had 3 catches for 43 yards plus the 115. So, Pacheco had a day, man, and he looked like a beast. And I'm good with that, man. I mean, that one he broke for, what was it? It didn't 48 yards for the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, holy shit, that was beautiful.
He going.
It was wonderful. And I'm happy that we're adding the run game into that. So I should pump the brakes, throw the flag on myself, and say, you look at these targets compared to snap counts, and it's like, okay, we are running the ball more and more and more. I mean, 36 or 35, carries with all of between Pacheco, Mahomes, Moore, Allaire, and
Moore.
He had 2 carries for 19 yards, with the longest is 11. So maybe he just be a running back. We'll just go ahead and get rid of Allaire and put Sky Moore as a running back.
Basically, use him like McKinnon.
Basically, I mean,
McKinnon had one decent run.
Oh yeah, well, no, not really. He had one. His longest was 3. His longest was 3. Might have been a pass. I was thinking that this pass was no, he had 0. So he had 0 yards on 1 target. So Then maybe you're
Screwed
thinking
the
last week. Last week he
screwed
had
the
a couple of
pooch.
good ones.
Yeah, screwed the pooch on that one for this podcast. Then again, everybody, I'm not bringing up any stats. I'm going off memory of the game.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, I've got this. I've got the stats in front of me. That's why.
I'm
That's
not
why I
doing
know that.
bad. I don't think.
Do I?
So I'm not doing bad.
No,
Calling how
but
many
you're
attempts?
but you're off a game. McKinnon had a big week last week, I think, against Chicago. So,
Oh,
well, he's looking for something.
Karen's phone's in here ringing.
Oh, dear Lord.
All right.
But what we ran more against the Jets than we would normally run. But is that once again back to is that Pat not having trust in his wide receivers?
I think he just had a bad day. Every quarterback has it. I mean, last year, it happened 1 or 2 games where he had, multiple interceptions. So all I know is they got to get it together. They got to figure it out.
Well, fortunately for the Chiefs, we go up against Minnesota in Minnesota next week, and
Yeah,
then it's Denver and the Chargers and Denver again. And so, I mean, those teams are not having the best season, right now, and maybe we can work that out in those 2 games where we're, trying to figure out what exactly we're doing. But these wide receivers need to get open and need to catch these balls. And I'm all about lifting them up. My speech on Tony after the Detroit game, but
mm-hmm.
I'm all about.
He's still not getting my love yet.
I'm starting to falter on Sky Moore, man. I was big Sky Moore backer, and I'm really starting to be pretty disappointed in his play so far. And we are only 4 games in, and we've talked about that before. And we're only 4 games in. You gotta work the kinks out before you make a run. And I think that's that's for all the teams. Absolutely.
And I will add in our coaching staff. They know what they're gonna do. So
let's hope so.
I have faith in them. Or there's free agency still.
There is, but what's out there? Claypool? We don't want Claypool.
No, I don't want Claypool. Or
do
a trade somebody.
Could do that. I don't know.
There's options. I'd like to see the current players just play up to their potential.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think Rice is going to be okay. I mean, he's still a rookie. You got to keep that in mind. He's still trying to get up to speed with the NFL because we all know that it's a totally different style of game when you're coming out of college into the NFL. It's a lot faster and a lot more, intense and high paced, and he'll get there. I think he's going to be a good receiver by the end of the season, and then going into next year, until he finishes out his rookie contract, and then he decides he wants more money like everybody else does. But that's beside the point.
I think it'll pick up mid-season for him.
Let's hope. Let's hope so. But yeah, so I mean, we won against the Jets 23-20. Obviously we think that we should do way better than that, but because the Jets have been struggling. But on the flip side, and let's give props where props are due. Zach Wilson had the game of his life. His passes were on, nice back shoulder, only he putting that ball right where his guys can get it. And it is, I mean, hey, congratulations to him. I hope that from this point forward, he's able to, do well. I mean, I don't wish him any ill will at all. So, I mean, he's kind of been stuck in a really weird position, taking over for Rodgers, in an offense that was built for Rodgers. And I wish him the best. Hopefully he can get it worked out. Don't get distracted. Phil has got way too much shit going on in his zone over there.
There was a pina colada picture going by, and I'm like, where'd that come from? We don't have a blender. Evidently, we had the picture for it after it was blended. So,
there you go. See, there you have it.
That's why I was like a little confused there, Jeremy. Kind of like, what the hell is that?
We don't drink pina coladas around here. Well, some foo-foo fucker named Gordon is drinking pina coladas.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him crap about that. Like,
Yeah. Did you ask him if he's got the little umbrella and the fucking fruit spears to go in it? Maybe a little
I would
cherry and shit on top.
laugh if he had that. I'd be like, that's awesome. Classic.
Oh, well, let's look over. Let me see if I can make this happen. We're going to do this and
And watch
yeah.
Jeremy
Uh,
try to type.
I don't even know. But there's that. Hold on, let me bring this up. There it is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, so you got that? You got
Yeah,
my fucking
it's
whole.
working now.
All right, so week 4, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs versus the Jets. The final score was actually 23-20. Golden Jay 38-10, Chief 48-6, and you can see that. It looks like now Chico went through and actually did all the add ups and all that stuff for us. So you can see that there's 15, 10,
Yep.
19. So Golden Jay takes the 2 points on the final score. Patrick Mahomes and what is, a 203 yards, if I was quarterback, would be one hell of a day. For him, it's like, it's below average. Chief looks like you took it at 280. So there you go. You got the point for that. Total touchdowns, he had 1. He didn't give coach a point for that, but that's all right. It looks like Golden Jay and Chico had 4. He had 1, but we're the closest, so we take the point on that. All right. Travis Kelce, total yards 60. Jeez, God.
I know.
That hurts my soul. This first 4 games is really putting his 1,000-yard season in jeopardy.
Yep.
Golden Jay with 87. Everybody else was way higher, so Golden Jay takes the point on that one. Total touchdowns, I had 2. Chico had 1. Travis actually had 0. So Chico takes the point on for 1 because he was close.
That's sad.
Yeah. Who will have the most yards? Noah Gray had the most yards. Rice had the second most. Golden Jay takes it with Rice. Chief had MBS, Chico MBS, and Coach had Watson. Watson was actually not even that close, was he? No, he had 5 yards. Sorry, Coach. Watson did not. He took the most snap counts, though. Weird. Longest pass play was 34. Chico nailed it with 34.
Is that true though?
I am.
No, I'm being sarcastic. The longest pass play. No, the longest pass play for an interception was. Sorry. I sometimes I just gotta laugh.
Targets, average, yards.
No. I'm being funny on the interception. How many yards was that? Those 2 interceptions.
No. I'm just looking at my thing, trying to figure out, make sure that 34 was the longest pass play.
No, you're good.
So, anyways, Chico takes that on that. Interceptions to sack ratio. I have no idea how he scored this. I got 1 and 1 points on that. I don't even know. I don't think I should got the front points on that because you got the 2 there. I'll have him go back and relook that over and
it's all good.
Fix it. Who had the most sacks? You, me, Chico all picked Jones, and we all took a point for that. Will Butker be perfect through 4 games?
Yep. We
all get 1. And did was T Swizzle going to be there? Of course,
yes.
I wanted to change my vote about Thursday when I heard she was planning on being there, but
That's funny.
You and Chico take the yes points on that. So there's your week total. Golden Jay with 8, Chief with 3, Chico with 5. Gives you grand total so far this season. Golden Jay 22, Chico 23, and actually I think that should be 23. I think he fixed the 1 and didn't give me a point for that. So I believe that's 23, but it's all good. Chief, you're at 20. There you have it. How do you feel about that?
We underperformed. That's how I feel.
Definitely. Um, for sure. I'm going to go 24-21. I think this is going to be a tougher game than anybody might think against the Vikings on Sunday.
Yep.
But I'm going to go 24-21. How about you, bud?
31-21.
31-21. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'd be happy with that. How many yards is Mahomes going to have? I believe he's going to have 287 yards.
I already won.
I see that.
So I don't have to give a prediction.
Hold on. Let me fix that right now. Oh my goodness. What's up with that, Chico? What do you think?
I'm gonna go with 270.
270?
I'm going on the low end again.
Chico looks like he's going to take 213. How many touchdowns is he going to have?
That would be 312, you dyslexic bastard.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You said 213.
Oh, but you wanted 312, right?
No, Chico, you said he took 213 and it's 312. I said, you dyslexic bastard.
Oh my God. I think I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah,
if I'm a Bears fan, dyslexic means they're going to be 14-3 this season. How many touchdowns? I'm going to go 3.
2.
No,
you know what? Hold on.
Okay.
31-21, so it's got to be 3.
Everybody's taking 3 on Mahomes touchdowns. Travis Kelce, total yards.
Oh, total yards, shit.
I'm going to go back and just keep the old 87.
94.
94. How many touchdowns is he going to have?
1.
Just 1?
Yep.
All right. So who's going to have the most yards? Most passing yards. What do you think?
Yeah, I know.
Who are you going to go out on a limb with this week?
It ain't going to be MBS. That guy keeps screwing me. All right, I'm going to go with Rice.
All right. We got 2 for Rice. How many yards is going to be the longest pass play? I'm going to go out on a limb and say 43.
39.
All right. Defense. Interceptions to sacks. I'm gonna go. Let's see, Minnesota. Minnesota's line is not that great. Kirk Cousins is a decent quarterback. I'm gonna go 1 interception to. I'm just gonna go 2 sacks.
2/3.
Gonna go 2/3.
That's how we should start calling it.
I know, right? We're gonna go 2/3, 1/2.
Yeah. Chico's the odd one with 1 and 3.5.
3.5. I don't even know. How do you get half a sack?
You get half. You get credit.
Yeah, but it's still considered a sack. I mean, just because you only got half this. I don't think this is a hard one. Who do you think's going to have the most sacks?
Just keep typing.
Yeah.
Jones.
It's going to be Jones. It's going to. Will the butt be perfect in 5 games? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Dang. You think so?
That's my guess.
Well, I'm just going to stay on board with you guys and just say yes because at this point I don't even fucking know.
There's a factoid that said that Taylor Swift played in 120 stadiums, which is more than Kelsey will ever play in his life or something.
Have you seen the? I should have saved it because I should have put it on the Indiana Chiefs fan Facebook page, but there was helmet? No, there was a guy, his wife was working on something and you couldn't see the guy. He was off camera. But she's like, can you believe that what Taylor Swift did for that Travis Kelce guy? And he's like, what are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about? And she's like,
yeah,
oh, yeah. Since they started dating, she put him on the map. Nobody ever
yep.
even knew of him. And
Was the
he's just
guy?
fucking blowing up.
Was he in the military uniform?
No, he was off screen.
Oh,
He wasn't in
oh,
screen.
okay. Which, by
So,
the way, I found, and this is something we should have hit before this, but I found it interesting that before the game, they gave the Swifties a lesson on how
oh
football
my
works and
God.
who Travis Kelce was. I'm like, in my entire life watching football, I have never seen them take what 2 or 3 minutes to
Yeah.
explain to the, I don't know, 100 million Swifty followers
Yeah.
the game of football. Freaking hilarious.
I don't okay, so here's my take on Sunday night's game. I'm sitting there. I'm calm as shit. We're up 17-0. Everything's crack-a-lacking, is looking smooth. And then things start falling apart. And then everything's starting to irritate me. And the first thing that's fucking irritate me is that all we can do is talk about Taylor Swift in this fucking game.
Yep.
Everything is about Swift, this and that, and Swift and that, and blah blah blah. And then fucking Chris Collinsworth, his mouth starts to fucking irritate the shit out of me, and I just want to reach
Yeah.
through the screen and just beat the living crap out of that dude. And I don't
Even
like him
Karen,
anyway.
even Karen said that.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
annoying. He's annoying. Period. So
Yeah. Anyway.
I just I'd had enough at that point, and Bobby looked at me. You want me to shut the volume off? And I'm like, maybe,
Oh my gosh.
maybe. But yeah, it just got to be too much, and the memes are one thing. They're all kind of funny, and these little skits these people are putting on are kind of funny. But at the
Yeah.
same time, this is Travis fucking Kelce, ladies and gentlemen, and he was on the map long before Taylor Swift came along.
Yeah. It's just they don't know that because they're Swifties.
Yeah. My
What?
favorite one was a picture of the girl with the 87 jersey that said Kelsey, but it was spelled Kelsey.
I like it. I was just what was that the other one? Oh, when I told you that they had a helmet instead of having the Chiefs emblem on the side, they had
Yeah.
a girl with a ponytail
Yeah, I
as
saw
the
that.
emblem. Oh, that it actually made me laugh. I'll be honest. I was just kind of like, hey, people are being inventive, and
That's true.
who
That's
knows?
true.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get some new fans that even after they break up and she makes the song about 87.
Yeah, you saw.
The,
I saw you posted that on Indiana Chiefs fans, the one that was on with that Robin Bud or whatever it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when they, she writes the song in the summer of '87, you know, uh, we might gain, some new fans that'll stay on board.
Probably not, but they'll all hate of them now, and they'll go out and they'll burn their little
hundred
jerseys
dollar
and
jerseys.
$100 jerseys and makeshift spelled wrong Kelsey jerseys. Or I'll tell you what, gang, go out and burn those jerseys that you special had made that say 87 Swifties on the back of them. Have you seen
Oh,
those?
yeah, I've
Those
seen them.
personalized ones?
So it's weird. Something popped up on my Facebook memories today. And it's weird. We're talking about burning jerseys.
Oh, really?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember what player I said. If you have his damn jersey, just go burn it.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, it's right here.
I seem to remember you talking about that.
No, but it actually popped up today on my Facebook, and we're talking about burning jerseys. So how ironic is that?
Isn't it ironic?
Peters.
Oh, Marcus Peters.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, I think he got us a huge penalty on that game. It cost us the game. I think he threw the ball into the stands or kicked the ball in the stand. Something stupid. Got us a personal foul. And I was like, I was so pissed.
So Marcus Peters to me was what Dwayne Bowe is to you.
Ah.
And I never
Dwayne
understood.
blows.
I never understood the hype of Marcus Peters. Um, you know, the dude was all in it for himself. He was there to pat his stats, the interceptions and the forced fumbles and all that stuff. The guy wasn't there for the team. He wasn't there to make the uh stop, to make the
Yeah.
tackle. It was all about whether he could strip the ball out, and the guy could fucking run right past him, and he was, it was like, oh, I didn't get the ball out, and that
Yeah,
was that.
when I heard we traded him, I was happy as hell.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, you were too, but
absolutely.
I was so over his. Yeah, he'll have one great play for every 10 that he f's up,
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
and then he throws
Absolutely.
his temper tantrums and gets us personal fouls and
Right.
all at the wrong moment.
Yeah,
It's like, come on.
it's almost like he planned it that way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and let me be the first to say, people, I am pissed for a second week because the week before they pulled Mahomes out before he got 300 yards. This week, depending on when you got in, it was anywhere from 9.5 to 8.5, potentially 8. I had 8.5. 1 yard line, he slides. Why?
Oh.
They would have been up by 10 points. They had no fucking timeouts.
Right.
You had to go the entire length of the field twice to win with less than a minute. Come on.
Well,
Come on.
I'm with you. I had that same thought. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, really, you could have just went ahead and added the touchdown. It's not, that's a two score game with 30
Yeah.
seconds left on the clock or whatever the case may
So
be.
it was I think they said 92% of the money was on the Chiefs. So for conspiracy theorists, for 2 weeks in a row, did Vegas make the call?
Well, no, I don't think Vegas made that call. I think Mahomes made that call. I think he knew that if he just downed it on the 1 yard line, then they could just knee it out and they're going to go for the win. And that way, I'm going to tell you what, man, and I understand why you're upset about it, and I get it. But as far as um, putting the defense back out there, the defense kept us alive in this game for the most part. Once again,
They
yeah.
weren't going to let them score twice in 30 seconds.
No, I agree with you, but at the same time, they've been out there for a big chunk of that game, and you could tell that they were getting tired because you can see it in the way, things were kind of unfolding. So,
Yeah.
in order by just going down to one and then taking a knee for the rest of the game, the defense does not have to come back out and take that opportunity to get hurt or, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I kind of understand it, but I mean, they're going to win it regardless. But
hey, their personal conditioning shouldn't cost me $100.
That's pretty good. That's funny, man. That's
But
hilarious.
anyway, no, I totally get that. But it was like, damn, 2 weeks in a row. I was like, why? 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 I was like, so yeah, just
that's
crazy.
funny. That's funny.
Anyway, I digress on that. And anyone else that feels my pain, feel free to shoot me an email, or I am on the Indiana Chiefs fans.
inchiefsfanspodcast at gmail.com. Hey, speaking of, let me hit this real quick before because I want to move on with the Minnesota game. So if anybody listens to the Call Guys podcast on Monday, they did a thing where they were just talking up the entire Golden Mojo Empire, and they emailed everybody in the Empire. So here's our email this week from the Call Guys. So it says Indiana Queens fans. that's the title of the fucking email.
This probably came from Colton.
This absolutely 100% came from Colton.
See, I even knew that before you got any further.
Sup, fellas. I'm here to let you know that my Bears will eventually be back. The night is darkest before the dawn, and the dawn is coming. Name that movie.
Red Dawn?
No.
I wasn't thinking of movie references. when you were reading that.
The night is darkest just before the dawn, and the dawn is coming. It's okay. It's a stump. It's a stump the chief here. It's the Dark Knight. It's the Batman.
All right,
Harvey Dent says it in one of his speeches. So,
and you know why I didn't know that?
because you're not a big comic book superhero fan.
I am a huge, but I refused. Karen and I made a vow to not watch it because of the theater shootings
Oh,
that happened as part of the Dark Knight movie rollout.
right
So
on.
that's the only, probably the only one that you could probably movie wise when it comes to Marvel and all that that I've never seen. So maybe we should break that curse and go ahead and watch it.
You should. I mean, it's not the movie's fault. I mean,
I know it's just how we felt at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. The Chief, are you ever going to do this pod from home?
Hey, I did what, week 1 or 2? I was at the house, remember? And
I know.
I surprised even you.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny though. I like it.
Emperor, my favorite bandwagon fan. Suck it.
Hey, we already told him you're not a bandwagon fan.
I'm not a bandwagon fan.
No.
I've been a fan for too long to be a bandwagon fan.
That's what I mean. If you go by, what do we say? How many years you've been a fan, versus your age?
Yeah. I've been a fan longer than I haven't been a fan.
Right.
Yeah.
That too. So
that makes me, yeah. Suck it, Colton. Chico needs more time. I agree. We need to get Chico more involved and more talking. And I noticed in the last couple episodes he's done a lot better. But so in every email there was a PS that they didn't talk about on their show. So here's our PS. As of writing this 9/12, the Bears could end up 14-3. LOL. Got a better chance of Kelsey marrying T Swift and them than them pulling off those odds. So yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, because did they win? No, they lost.
No, they had this giant lead and then
that's right,
blew it in typical Bears fashion. So I did reply to the call guys. It's I said I want to share this Amazon link for Colton. Here's a link for fire extinguishers for that fucking dumpster of a fire that you have in Chicago. That's a 2-pack of fire extinguishers for that dumpster fire of a Bears team. You can also get them in a 6-pack because I have a feeling that that fire is not going to go out anytime soon. And then I just went on to tell them that the call guys are doing a great job and I'm proud of them. And if you don't listen, go check out the Call Guys podcast. You can get it on our streaming. It's in our show notes. They're doing a great job and they're a lot of fun to listen to. They cover a lot of pop culture and all kinds of shit like that. So they're just fun. Huh? Pop.
Oh, I thought you said pop culture. I'm like, well,
pop
that's a
culture.
whole different show.
And last,
you might get a lot of followers if we
start a pot show. You never know.
Yeah.
Might be a little difficult in the state of Indiana since it's not legalized, but
no, we'd have to go to Michigan or
Illinois. Yeah, we're doing our show from Michigan.
yeah. Hey, Colton, if we did that show, we'd never do it from home.
Exactly.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
And last but not least, suck it, Colton. And I signed it the Emperor. So there you go. That's the email. And it's a lot of fun to there. That was a lot of there you go. Suck it, Colton. Suck it, Colton. I'm gonna have Arrowhead Stadium just fucking chanting that. Suck it, Colton.
Man, that'd be badass.
That would get on ESPN, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, I need to make up a sign. I'll hold it up. Suck it, Colton.
Instead of doing Brandon, we need to switch it to Colton.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah, it's always funny. It's always funny to hear that one guy. That one guy in there? It stands up there going, "Let's go, Brandon," and then everybody's just like looking at him like, "Really?" What about Karen?
Oh, she likes being a Karen.
Oh, there you go. I have nothing on that. I don't even know. It's so
For folks
funny.
that don't know, that is her name.
It
So
is
she
her
likes being
name,
a
yeah.
Karen.
It's every once in a while we go, God, Karen.
Yeah, don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. Oh, that's terrible. Picking on your wife. That's terrible. All right, let's get into this Minnesota game real quick. How you feeling about this upcoming weekend, especially after what you saw in New York?
I think Andy Reid is going to game plan differently. I think he's seen what's happening on the field, and my gut tells me that these receivers who aren't getting catches are going to get them this week, or they're going to be benched. Enough. Sky Moore, if you can't catch the ball, you're going to be on a bench. Rice, let's get him involved more. Let's score some points. Can't be Kelsey, Pacheco, and Mahomes. That is not a football team.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I think Andy Reid sees that. You know, I also have to question Matt Nagy. The fuck's he doing? You know, besides collecting a paycheck. You know, Andy Reid calls the plays anyway. You know, from my understanding.
Right. Right.
So it's not a matter of play calling; it's a matter of coaching. Let's make sure that these people are coached up and given an opportunity again. And if they don't play out, give them 1 or 2 more games. Put them on the bench. Let them sit there and think about it. So I see it playing out where our receivers are going to get catches. Hopefully not drop them. They're going to get targeted. I don't want to see drops, people. Tired of it. Mahomes will get back on his game. You know, that's Mahomes. You know, he has a bad game. Everybody does. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be back on target. Kelsey, you know, I think he'll be targeted, hopefully less this game, but get more yardage.
Right.
Because I want them to go to the other receivers. That's how I see it playing out. And Pacheco's going to be a beast.
Right. I'd like to see Rice a little bit more. I'd like to see Justin Watson a little bit more involved. I think he's a good receiver. What are we doing with Ross? Why are we not having Ross in there playing? He was a fan favorite, and let's get him involved in this and see what he can do too. I would set Sky Moore now. I would not. I wouldn't extend this a little. I mean, he can take 15, 20 snaps. That's fine. But I would lower him in snap count and bring up the other guys, get them out there, get them involved. Let's see if they can get themselves open. I mean, that's a starting thing right there. Can you get free from your defender and get open and give Mahomes a chance to get the ball to you? And obviously, you have to catch it. I just man, it's like I said at the beginning of the show, I am all about lifting these guys up, but here we are week 4, and we got about 100 yards in all of our receivers, and that's just not right.
Which makes up like a quarter of the damn team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We kept fucking 718 fucking receivers on our team, and they've got 100 yards combined. So listen, the Chiefs are going to be all right. They're a good team. They're resilient. It was a dirty win. It was a nasty win, but it was still a win. And that's where we need to be come playoff time. We need to have those wins and, so on and so forth. So, are we number 1 in the AFC right now, or is it Miami? I know Miami lost. Fuckers.
Yeah, come off your high horse. To my knowledge, we are number 1, but
Okay.
I didn't pull it up, and that's by tiebreakers or some kind of.
Yeah. It's not by not by we have a better record. I mean, we're 3-1, and the Dolphins are 3-1. I just didn't know what that. One of the pods I listened to said we were number 1 in the AFC, and I was trying to do the calculations. And
no, we're number 1 by some statistical reason because our loss was probably against an NFC team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or they go off points, allow points scored. I don't know what their tiebreakers are for listing the leader right at the second, but I know we're number 1. But we're number 2 on the national stats, NFC, AFC. Obviously, Philly's got the 1 spot, and KC's got the number 2 spot in the power rankings.
Okay.
Our
San Francisco's
crossings.
not number one.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It is San Francisco. My bad. You're right. 100%.
Okay.
So
So is that
NFL.com and ESPN.com had 49ers and Chiefs, I think, respectively, 1 and 2.
and then Philly coming in 3 or
Something like that. Yeah.
right on. Yeah, San
That's
Francisco is going to be a bear this year. I mean, they are definitely running on the hot side. Purdy's looking good. McCaffrey finally, getting into his second season. I mean, obviously, he only had a half season last year, but getting the full workouts and getting in there. And man, he just ran over whoever they played last week. I can't remember exactly who it was, but so yeah, San Francisco is going to be a force to be reckoned with, as long as, and this is for all the teams, as long as they stay healthy.
yeah. Agreed.
It could
And
be
man,
a KC San Francisco Super Bowl, baby.
talk about I love seeing Miami get taken off their high horse. 70-20 win against a high school team. Yeah, sure. Then you get beat down the opposite direction the next
Yeah.
week by the Bills, who have had their ups and downs as well.
Yeah.
And then, watching Cincinnati just
Crumble.
I mean, they're God, talk about dumpster fire.
Yeah.
That's a dumpster fire,
Well, and that
I know,
dumpster's full of cash.
yes, and I told you this was their make it or break it year based off of over the cap projections for next
Right.
year on who they have to sign. I
Right.
think they're going to be negative 61 million or something outrageous. So, I think they're done.
Chase will be looking.
If they, if they start winning, yeah, maybe, but I don't see it happen the way that they're performing.
So the rumor going around in some of the pods and stuff I've listening to, and I told you once before I was going to stop listening, quote unquote, to the experts, but they made a lot of sense with this one. Burrow, since the calf injury in preseason or practice, I can't remember where he hit it at, but he's not the same coming back. He can't plant. He's not making the solid throws. He's not getting the power behind it.
Well, put the other quarterback in. Put the
and
backup in.
And that's what they were saying is like, they have a couple more weeks before their bye. They need to get him out of there and let him rest up. And, because it really, truly, you want your performers at the second half of the season. Just because you're undefeated going in at 50% of the season doesn't mean shit if you lose the rest of the season out because injury plagued or, you just can't figure it out. So, Joe Burrow probably should set, and I don't actually. I prefer him if they don't set him. I hope he stays out there and fucking they just
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. It's like we don't have to listen to any of the Burrowhead bullshit this year.
But yeah, I'm, and that's what we talked about before. The cap's high. They're going to have a lot of unrestricted free agents coming out of this season. They're not going to be able to sign all of them, and they may get lucky and find talent in the draft. I mean, that's a distinct possibility. Obviously, but you never know. I mean, we do. We're very lucky. Pacheco, Rice, maybe Rice, but
like I said, we've always been good with running backs and tight ends. That seems to be normally Kansas City's best picks, but lately, there've been a plethora of different picks. Loftus.
Oh my God, Furious George is on fire. Fire.
We can go down the list of odd different player positions that we've done well at recently. So
how about Brian Cook in that open field tackle on I can't remember, was it Wilson or was it Reed that he tackled open field? If not, that dude was gone. It was Hall.
Oh yeah,
it was that running back Hall. Open field, took him out, dropped him down. I mean, they had the first down, but yeah, if he wouldn't have got him, man, he'd have been history.
Oh yeah, that was a touchdown all the way.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some talent in the last couple of years worth of drafts, and it's pretty excited to see them. I'd like to see a couple more of the guys that we've drafted this year kind of come in and do something. Again, but
I believe we're the youngest team in the NFL.
I believe you are correct.
So we're playing the most, to my knowledge, most rookies.
Right.
Just like we did. We played the most rookies in the Super Bowl, I believe, ever, something like that last year. So we're a young team. We're going to develop. I'm not.
Yeah.
We're going to do what we're going to do this year, which is win a Super Bowl. And then we're going to have a young team next year, obviously. So they're only going to improve from this experience they're getting this year as well.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's proof of last year. Karloffis, Pacheco,
Yeah.
I want to say Cook. Yeah, there's a couple more that's passing me over. Like William Watson, Jalen Watson, Williams. There's several of them that were rookies last year and now are just are tearing it up this year. Second year, got a feel for the system. We talked about that a little bit ago. Coming back in, NFL's a lot different than college ball. So develop and get better and I don't. If it's a 3-point win, it's a 3-point win. We'll take it. A W is a W. Puts us in the win column. But yeah, Houston.
Except for FanDuel, it doesn't put me in the win column.
Damn you, Patrick Mahomes, for sliding on the one.
It's all good. I just like bringing it up because it irritates me.
It's just good stuff, no matter how you look at it. All right, man. Well, let's get out of here tonight so you can get out there by that bonfire and I can wrap up and get this ready to be posted. So any lingering thoughts?
I don't know, but they like the song that's on out there by 4 Non-Blondes.
Oh, a little and I said, hey, yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Yep. Great song.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was trying to see, they got real loud. I'm like, why are they getting loud and rowdy out there? Because I'm not out there, so there's no reason to be loud and rowdy. So
no, the party planner Karen's out there causing issues. That's what it is.
Oh, the light's not on the umbrella. Otherwise, I'd tip the camera out there.
Oh, but, right on.
It was evidently dead. Both of them were, so I charged it. So by the end of the podcast, we should be good.
All right. There you go.
Look at people's real faces again.
Oh, fuck that. Let's keep them in the dark.
Yeah, just like your face over there on the left of you.
You like him, don't you?
Yeah, you didn't think I'd notice that, did you?
I actually put it up there because I recorded a United States Paranormal late last week, and we were discussing aliens. So I bought that at fucking Meyer, and I didn't think he's cool as shit. I just take him down.
I meant to mention it earlier, but we are in October. It is Halloweeny.
It's Halloween time. Gotta love it. All right, gang. Let's get out of here. Yeah, you good? He's got a Super Bowl shirt. Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. All right, from our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I just got one question for you. How about those Chiefs? Later.
Peace out.
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podbean, any of your favorite podcast sites. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. Just search for the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. Also, check us out on Facebook for any updates on the Chiefs and all of our weekly posts. You can find us at facebook.com/INChiefsFansPod. Finally, go check out our Golden Mojo Entertainment website at goldenmojoent.com. You can find information about your 3 favorite hosts and all the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment family. Those podcasts include The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, The United States of Paranormal, The Golden 80s Podcast, The Murdnerds, and A Court of Books and Booze. Thank you for tuning in, and how about those Chiefs?